This computer. All right, great. Here we go. And I see we have a couple new people who've joined us. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. My name is Christian Ollie. I'm Program Director of Study Abroad Association. We're talking about Costa Rica, and then we're going to dive into Iceland, okay? And the meeting is recording, and I will share this with you guys later on. But sharing here. So, where were we? Back to, see here, share. Back to the itinerary. So March 14th, arrive in San Jose, welcome dinner, and then on March 15th, we're going to head to the Caribbean coast, about a 4-hour drive. Our local guides are naturalist guides, so you know they're from Calwita, they've grown up in the environment there. They have a lot of knowledge, and as well, they're a lot of fun. So they're going to provide you a lot of knowledge with the culture, the history, of course, but also the wildlife and you know the flora and fauna of the area. Which is fascinating because there's so much diversity. On the Caribbean coast, you have an interesting makeup of Afro-Caribbean population as well as indigenous population, and then Costa Ricans who come from Spanish, you know, ancestry. So the Afro-Caribbean population is mainly from Jamaica, or prior to that, West Africa, probably around Ghana. And when slavery was abolished in Jamaica, many of the former slaves migrated to Costa Rica because there were work opportunities, and they were able to get working on the railroad. They were able to own land. They were able to have farms, etc. So that's where the initial Afro-Caribbean population came into in Costa Rica. Now, prior to that, you have your indigenous population, okay? And obviously your Spanish population, but the indigenous, the group that we're going to be spending time with is called the Bree tribe, okay? The Bree community was really able to sustain a lot of their culture in comparison to other indigenous groups in the country because the Talamanca Mountains, right? So there's a huge mountain range right here, and they were able to retreat inland and preserve their culture when the Spanish conquistadors arrived, and they were able to preserve a lot of that. So we actually spend a day with them, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But we're going to go to the national park. The hotel that we stay at is located right at the entrance of the national park, so you wake up to absolutely beautiful sunrises as well as sunsets, and it's less than 50 yards away to the entrance of the national park. So you're going to see capuchin, white-faced capuchin. You're going to hear howler monkeys. You can even see sloths from your window. So, and you'll definitely see a lot of sloths out there. So we're at the perfect base to explore this wonderful national park. Dr. Rubel, what is the exact course that's being offered with the program this year?
So this year, it's actually the same, but we've modified it slightly. It's natural history. It's field studies in natural history.
Okay.
And we've actually changed it to be a primarily lab-based course.
Great.
So previously it didn't count as part of a lab. So now it's going to be a mostly lab, which of course, as they go out, it will be a true field studies.
Great.
In the natural Costa Rican environment.
Lovely. And so what we've done is, you know, basically whenever we go on March 16th, whenever we go for our wildlife tour in the national park, we'll be with our local naturalist guides. And, you know, the wildlife tours are normally around 3 hours, 4 hours, and we're just exploring the park. But then after that, you guys are going to have time for your course. So you'll have time to do your whatever's necessary for your lab and to collect all your data, everything like that. Now, during the evening, we have our nocturnal wildlife hike, and we're going to be going actually in the national park. So we're actually permitted to go into the national park at night now, and we're going to get to see all of the nocturnal wildlife, which is beautiful. The guides are outstanding. They can spot, you know, it's incredible what they can see and what they can hear. So we're going to see it during the day, and we're going to see it on the night. Now, just to recap, on March 15th, I left out, there are surfing lessons when we arrive to the Caribbean coast. So we arrive, we get you checked in, everybody comfortable, we get you oriented with the town, you know where everything is, it's going to be your base, and then we take you surfing. Calwita is an excellent base for for beginners for surfing, and we are confident that you're going to get up for sure at least one time on that first day. The instructors are excellent. The waves are easy to ride. It's safe. You're constantly at around waist deep in the water. So it's a great base, and that's there on Black Beach. Yeah. The next day, we're going to go spend the day with the Bree tribe, the Bree community. And the Bree community is quite fascinating. Like I mentioned earlier, they were really able to preserve a lot of their culture. So we're going to go there and we're going to learn all about medicinal plants. We're going to learn how to make cacao chocolate the traditional way, right? So basically from tree to bar, okay, or from tree to chocolate ball. We're going to learn about how they're sustaining their cultures, their traditions, how they use everything in the environment around them. For, different uses, from clothings, from dyes, from different, boiling different leaves or roots to produce a different color, to, using different plants to cure diseases. So it's really a fascinating day, and that's led by one of the local shamans there. Bree also has beautiful waterfalls, and we're going to get to spend some time in the waterfalls. And one of the most exciting parts of that day is the lunch that we have with the Bree community. So we have traditional Bree food, which is basically root vegetables. So cassava or yucca, sweet potatoes, a few other root vegetables I can't remember the name of, chicken, and rice. That's pretty much the standard go-to staple dish that the Bree consume. And then of course lots and lots and lots of organic dark chocolate with no additives other than whatever natural fruit that you want to combine with it. So a lot of times we'll do bananas, for example. But yeah, it's a great experience. That afternoon we're going to have excursion to Punta Uva, and you guys will have more lab time. So again, cultural, educational experience, and then in the afternoon, time for using the environment as the classroom. I think you perfected that one last year, no, Dr. Rubel, the DNA isolation with the local group?
It worked perfectly. So we just need to go to the local store, get some strawberries again and some detergent, and everything worked great. It was awesome.
I love that. And I love when professors and educators can share ideas, different studies, to show the students that. It's great. I would like to share that. We need to record it this time. We can share it with other professors.
Definitely.
Now, guys, the guides, they're going to be with you throughout the entire program, right? So they have beautiful Swarovski crystal telescopes, and they enjoy birding. So Costa Rica has a lot of different varieties of birds. And so in the early morning hours, you can join the guides to some of the best lookout points, and they'll take you around town. Often the best lookout points might be from the balcony where your room is. Again, we're right at the entrance of the national park. So you'll be able to join the guides for some morning birding. And then after breakfast, we're going to go to Manzanilla and Gandoca. Now, Manzanilla and Gandoca is actually one of the largest reserves in the country. It's just north of the Panama border right here. And can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect, right? So right here, Gandoca Manzanillo National Wildlife Refuge. This whole area, virgin beaches, beautiful, beautiful beaches, dense jungle, lots and lots of wildlife. We're going to go spend the day here exploring. So it's very exciting. It's absolutely beautiful. And you never know what you're going to see there. After that, we're going to head back and we're going to have lunch at Punta Uva. Punta Uva, just give you an idea, because I know we probably have some people who are excited for some beaches. I'm from Oklahoma, so I know I get excited for beaches as well. This is Punta Uva right here. Okay, so absolutely beautiful. It's one of the nicest beaches on the South Caribbean coast, and we're going to spend time there in the afternoon. A little recreation time and coursework. And like everywhere in Costa Rica, there's plenty and plenty of wildlife around. Okay. We have a new boat, the team. So we have a new boat for snorkeling. So hopefully if the conditions permit, because in March it should be very nice. So I think that we'll have a nice visibility, and the water should be calm. But we have a new boat, and we're going to go explore the reef that we discussed earlier. And there still are some parts where the reef is doing well and coming back. So we'll explore those areas, and we'll kind of skip over the bleached out areas. But we will look at the bleached areas, so you can kind of see what dead reef looks like in comparison to living reef. Since the reef is connected to the park, we're going to go to Kawita Point, and that's right here. This little piece here, this is Kawita Point. So we come out on the boat, we hit the reef, we come on the other side, Puerto Vargas, we spin on the reef, and then we come here to the point where we'll have like a fruit break, and you guys will have time to go explore the trails and have coursework. Yeah. Moving on down. The next day we have genetics lab in the Kawita National Park, but we'll be entering from the city instead of from Puerto Vargas. So we'll be entering from this side, right at the entrance where we stay. And down. We will, and then on the final day, we have whitewater rafting on Rio Pacuare. Now, Rio Pacuare is the is voted in the top 5 best rivers for whitewater rafting in the world by National Geographic for continual rapids and scenic beauty. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're going to spend about 3 hours on the water, mainly class 3, class 4. There'll definitely be screaming, but nothing too intense. You know, normally most of the travelers survive. But it's a beautiful, beautiful day on the water, and it's a great way to wrap up the trip, because, you know, it breaks up that 4-hour drive from San Jose, where we can add in that exciting component. Now, after whitewater rafting's done, we're going to head back to San Jose, just 2 more hour drive. And then when we're in San Jose, we're going to visit a couple markets. We'll visit a traditional artisanal market for souvenirs and stuff like that. And we'll also visit the Central Market, where you can see, where you can experience more traditional Costa Rican food. And then March 22nd, I believe that is that a Sunday, guys? So I don't have my calendar.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, is it a Sunday? Cool. Yeah, so Sunday, March 22nd, you guys will have the, depart for home. Now, I do not have the flight times on me at this time, but we'll send them all to you, or you can contact Dr. Rubel, and he can definitely give them to you. But just so everybody knows what's included in the program, you have round-trip airfare, 8 nights of accommodation, daily breakfast, 8 dinners. Yeah, so all your dinners are included as well. All of the activities in the itinerary are included. Full-time guide, round-trip airfare, all for $2,050. It's an amazing deal, and you're absolutely going to love the destination. I'm going to share with you guys my do we have everyone's email? I'm assuming not, right? But let's take a look here in the group chat, guys. If you can, 1 second. Let's see here. I'm gonna put my email address in the group chat, and if you can send me your email, I want to send you photos and videos from last year's program. Okay, let's see here. Stop share. 1 second. Right here. So guys, on your screen, you'll see a group chat. I'm going to put here my email. It's Christian, or you can write it down if you like, Christian@studyabroadassociation.com. Okay. You guys should be able to see that in the chat box of this Zoom meeting. I'm going to send you, you've got my email there. If you send me your email, or if you get in contact with Dr. Bell, I would love to share with you the photos of the trip. And to even take it further, I will pull up the link of last year's album so you can see that directly right now. Just give me 1 second here.
I'll just add my email real quick to the chat.
Yeah, add that in there for me. Thank you. And then I'll share with everybody my the actual photo album from last year. By the way, James, you had beautiful photos. I really enjoyed those. It turned out very nicely. Let's see here, albums.
Thank you.
Of course, bye. Boom, boom, boom. And then let me grab this real quick, and then we'll dive into Iceland, Costa Rica, Coweta Spring Break 2019. Here it is. Guys, does anybody have any questions about Costa Rica while I'm pulling up this photo album? Anything at all, or just travel information at all? Please don't hesitate. Feel free to ask questions. Now is the time.
I'll just say a few words. I'll be at the Oklahoma City airport with everybody, and since I've now done this once, I can make sure that if anybody has any questions while we're there, we'll all arrive at the same time. And the guides and Christian will be waiting for us after we get off, and we'll get on the buses, and they'll take us to where we're staying that night. So everything runs really smoothly, and everybody's incredibly friendly. So just to let you know that sometimes traveling to someplace you've never been can be nerve-wracking, but these guys are really great and friendly, and they make sure that everything's taken care of.
Yeah, that's our pleasure, guys. We want everybody to go home and, completely satisfied. And Costa Rica is very, very safe. So I'm confident you will enjoy it. So I just dropped the link for you guys inside of the chat. Okay, so confirm that you got that. I received Renel's email, and anybody else in here, Baumeister and whoever else, if you'd like to share your emails, go ahead and put that in here, and then I'll send you that information. Do we have any last questions about Costa Rica, guys? No? All right, let's move into Iceland. Costa Rica, guys, Pura Vida, thank you for joining. If you stick around for Iceland, please
Thank
do
you so much.
Hey, anytime. If you have any questions at all, Dr. Ruel, let me know, okay?
Thank you. I will.
All right, thanks, guys. And let's see here. 1 second, guys. I'm just switching screens. Okay, do we have Professor Moreno Ward?
Hey, Christian, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I was hoping I would have had a few more log in for Iceland.
Oh, don't worry.
Several people letting me know that they were going to try to zoom in. So.
Well, we have quite a few. We have quite a few calling in right now. Let me move to Iceland, guys. So, all right, here we go. Itinerary is up, and let's see here. Share. There we go. Can you guys tell me? Can you see my screen now?
I can see it.
Okay, great. Do we have any? Is anyone here in the room? Anybody here on the Zoom chat that's going to be joining us in Iceland? If so, can you say hello, or can you type it in the group chat? Let's see here. All right, perfect. Good. So guys, let's go ahead and dive in. Now, please forgive me, okay? Icelandic words are extremely complicated, okay? some of the names that you'll read and try to pronounce are very, very challenging. So I will butcher quite a few of them. And I'm personally going to be going to Iceland in March to meet with the on-ground team. We're working with the University of Iceland. They have an excellent geology program there, as well as natural sciences. And so we will have locals with us during the tour, which is great because we always want to make sure that we have local guides with us throughout the program. But they're going to be. I'm going to meet with them in March, so they'll be joining us in the summer in July. But in the meantime, I would encourage you to, after we go through this, to go and look at all of the locations that we're going to be visiting, and to really watch even videos. There's so many great videos on YouTube with drone shots and stuff like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's an incredible, incredible country. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Can you guys see my screen okay? Yeah, can you guys see my screen? Anybody have audio?
I can see it still.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
perfect. Excellent, thank you. All right, guys, so Iceland, here we are. This is our route map, all right? So basically, we're gonna be focusing along the south coast of the program, during the program. The south coast is the most popular, mainly because it has the majority of the attractions on the island. You can go, it does make a large loop all the way around the north, but it just makes way too much windshield time, too much drive time, when you could really focus on everything that's available on the south part of the island, okay? These are the stops that we're gonna be making along the way. In total, it's gonna be 8 hours of drive time from the beginning of the trip to the East Coast, and then we're gonna be heading back an additional 4 hours to Reykjavik. So in total, around 12 hours of drive time, but extremely scenic. We're going in July, which is one of the best times to go. July and August are ideal weather-wise, as well as, you know, large amounts of sunlight. So basically all throughout the night, we're gonna have sun. The weather's beautiful. So it's excellent for camping, being outdoors and all that. If there is anybody that's interested in extending their trip, I just want to let you know that that is a possibility if anybody wants to stay after the program and explore a little bit on their own afterwards, because there is so much to see. Well, let's go ahead and dive in. So we're going to depart Oklahoma City. Normally we're going to fly to New York City, and then from New York City to Reykjavik. I will double check that. I'll double check that flight schedule for you and let you know exactly what that is. Patricia will send that over to you and let you know. But like every program, overnight flight, arrive the next day in the morning, we'll pick you up at the airport, and then we're gonna go get checked in, relax, refresh, and then we're gonna have a walking tour around the country's capital, Reykjavik. That night we'll have our welcome dinner. Traditional cuisine, large variety of menu options that can cater to all, you know, all diets. And we'll just get oriented with the town and enjoy it before we hit the road. Now, guys, something to keep in mind is Iceland is quite expensive, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're going to, while we travel together, we're staying in places that have communal kitchens. So depending on what your budget is, you could take advantage of, we could take advantage of cooking together, group meals and things like that to bring prices down. If you are going out to eat, you're probably gonna spend around $20 on average, yeah, for every time that you go out to eat. It is a little expensive. Now, there are alternatives, and that's what I was saying, like group cooking together, things like this, and we can definitely save a lot of money. That's what I plan to do. So I would enjoy being able to share those meals with you guys as well, okay? We're going to go to a Hill City power plant. Yeah, I'm going to bring this up for you right here. Located just outside Reykjavik. It's an excellent base because a lot of the first 4 stops are pretty much less than 30 minutes directly out of the capital city, right? So we're going to spend 2 days and then do day trips from here. This up for you. So this is a geothermal plant that we're going to be visiting right here. Educational tour here, learn a lot more about natural energy and what Iceland's doing, how they're using their natural resources to produce energy for the country. So this is going to be one stop, as well as we're going to be going to, let me pull it up for you, the lava tunnel. It's fascinating. So. We have a professional walking tour inside the lava tunnel. And Professor Moreno Ward, if you have additional, and guys, forgive me, geology is not my strong suit. So if you want to jump in at all with any descriptions of, you know, geological terms, anything like this that that you think the student should be aware of, please feel free to do so. Okay, and then, but I'll definitely continue.
Great so far, though.
Okay, great. Thank you. And forgive me if I'm more of the coordinator / experience provider. But so forgive me if I have any incorrect terminology. Okay. Moving on. We're going to be going to Primo National Park. Pull this up for you guys. Check this out. So every day, guys, we're going to be visiting different national parks, different locations of scenic beauty, waterfalls. We're going to be going to geysers. We're going to be going to natural hot springs. There are so many hot springs spread out throughout the country. We do have free time if you'd like to go to the famous Blue Lagoon. It is expensive, but what we want to do is we want to show you more affordable local options where the locals go that are actually free. So hot water, thermal water springs that we can find in nature. Okay, this is one of the national parks that we're going to be visiting. It's just outside of Reykjavik. Look at it right here. Yeah, Tree Carried Crater. Let's see here. So every day we have private transportation. We have our own bus. It makes it much easier. There are quite a few tourist buses that go throughout the island, but they're hop on, hop off, and you can't always guarantee that there's enough room for the entire group. So we have our own private transportation throughout the program to get us to the locations that we really want to see the most, and then to continue moving. It is a small island, but travel time does take quite a while, but that's okay though, because it's absolutely beautiful, the landscapes. So this is the crater that we're going to go visit. It's Carried Volcanic Crater. Yeah, take a look at that. Again, guys, I want you to go back. And check out these places in more detail after the meeting, so you can explore a little bit more and see what we're going to see. Gullfoss waterfalls. I'll show you the geyser in a second. Everybody's seen. I don't know about in person, but I'm sure you've seen photos of geysers in the past. But take a look at the waterfalls that we're going to be visiting right here. This is Gullfoss, God's waterfalls. Beautiful. Show you geyser. All the sulfur you can handle. Keep moving down. We're gonna, like I mentioned earlier, guys, the Secret Lagoon hot springs. Okay, natural hot springs in the wild, locals only. And then we're gonna be headed down to Selfos. I'll show you where we're headed. Right here. Now, Selfos is famous for their turf houses. You might have seen these on Instagram or on Facebook. These are homes that have actual turf grass is that growing on the roofs and around the house. So they're built into the ground in many cases. Many times they're built into the hills. Very natural. I do something out of a movie. But yeah, we'll get to go walk around these neighborhoods, explore on foot. And then, of course, a lot of waterfall, guys. So throughout this trip, we're going to visit. We're going to see volcanoes, waterfalls, glaciers, craters, geysers. I mean, everything that's possible to see. Pretty much, we're going geologically. I guess that we're gonna see it. It's fascinating. Fascination. So it's waterfalls. And Vic, gorgeous black sand beach, and with very famous for, they call it Diamond Beach often because small chunks of ice, little mini icebergs, do float up on it continually. So they look as if they're about the size of a volleyball, for example. So it looks like the beach is just black sand with the contrast between the little icebergs on it is gorgeous. So this is where we're going to be staying overnight on Vic, and volcanic black sand beaches. Absolutely beautiful. And for those of you who are up for a little dip, you can be one of the crazy travelers, and you can definitely run in the water, do it once, and then get back out as soon as possible. Here's some of the images I was telling you about with the icebergs. Again, guys, check this out on YouTube or any other. Watch the videos. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. After Vic, we are going to be going to Skaftfell National Park, and I'm going to pull that up for you here. where we're gonna have a bit of hiking excursions. This is Scottsdale National Park. This is where one of the largest glaciers on the island is located. We're actually going to have a professional excursion, very, very safe, professionally guided, all the equipment you need. We're actually going to get to do that excursion to this lake right here. Now this is the glacier, excuse me. This is the largest glacier in Europe, guys, and we're going to have this excursion. I'm showing you. With a professional team. Moving on. To add to the experience, we're also going to go visit the glacier lagoon. Yeah, we have boat tours out here, but really from land you can really take it all in. It's just basically melted down glaciers that are floating in this bay. It's beautiful to see the colors of the ice. It's really outstanding. So we're going to spend the afternoon here, learn all about it, and here's one of those brave souls I was referring to earlier. And then we're going to head towards our, let me show you here, towards our last stop of the trip. And we're going to be headed back towards Reykjavik. So all in all, guys, this is a 8-night program and a, excuse me, seven-night program. And we're going to go along the south coast, arrive in Reykjavik, head down south coast, all the way to the Glacial Lagoon. And then we're going to work our way back on the last day where we'll have a free day and Reykjavik on the last day. Now on that last day, you guys, you're free to do absolutely whatever you want. If you want to go to the famous Blue Lagoon, or if you just want to hang out in town, you'll be able to do that as well. But I'm extremely excited for this excursion. I'm excited, one, to go in March and to meet the on-ground team and to absorb a lot of additional knowledge from them. And I'm very excited to go with you guys as a group in July. And I look forward to this being one of the trips that I get to go on and observe this year. So I hope that you guys will come and that we can travel together, and it'd be great to make some new friends and have a great excursion in Iceland. It's a destination we've been looking forward to for a long time. So we're looking forward to going with Rose State College. Do you guys have any questions at all about this trip, about this excursion?
Just to kind of let you guys know, obviously, we will have a course that's attached to this field trip to Iceland. And so some of the students who are signing up to take this for credit, they'll get a really good education on what all is going on geologically in Iceland. So for those who are not taking this as a 4-credit course, I'm going to put together a pretty good field guide. That way you will have a few weeks to look over the field guide, kind of get familiar with some of these processes that are shaping Iceland. And so you're not just showing up and not up to speed with what everybody has already learned during June. So I'll make sure that I get that out to everybody probably towards the end of May.
Please send that to me as well.
I will do that.
Excellent. How about our travelers out there? Do you guys have any questions about anything in general? Anything at all? We got a quiet bunch today. All right. Well, if we don't have any additional questions, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. And we have the email address I put in the group chat. Again, that's Christian at Study Abroad Association. Also, the professor's emails. If you like, you can put those in the group chat. And yeah, we look forward to traveling with you guys. It's going to be, both trips are going to be absolutely outstanding. I highly recommend traveling as much as possible. And I think you'll get a lot out of both these destinations. And I'm confident that after one of these experiences, you will continue to travel more, and you'll have the travel bug. So don't hesitate, don't overthink it, just go do it while you can and enjoy it. And yeah, if you guys need anything at all, I'm always available, and I'm happy we were able to get together. Thank you guys for your time, and yeah, anything you need, let me know. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hey, my pleasure. You're very welcome. Have a lovely day, everyone.
You too, and enjoy that little baby.
Hey, thank you so much. I will. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good weekend. All right. Bye-bye.
You too.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.